Okay, let's start. Okay, hello everybody. Nice to meet you. My name is Sergey Baranov. I'm Sitecore developer and Sitecore Technology MVP at Brimit. I hope all of you heard about that Sitecore recently acquired Boxever, or how it's called now, Sitecore Customer Data Platform. And that is a new market-focused digital optimization solution that is a big step forward in Sitecore's move to SaaS, software as a service modeling. And this is new in Sitecore space, and some important keywords and key points of Sitecore CDP can be not so clear for you because some of them don't have public implementation examples. And today, I want to introduce you briefly what is Sitecore Customer Data Platform, how it works, and how to start working with it if you don't have experience yet. But my presentation mainly aimed at developers who already has experience with Boxever. And I want to show you how to connect Sitecore CDP with machine learning and how to create personalized offers for your customers based on artificial intelligence decision models. And this is my agenda. First, I will tell you briefly about Sitecore Customer Data Platform. And then I show you how you can easily start working with it, where to find documentation, how to set up, etc. Then we will have a fast overview of main components of Boxever. And in the second part of my presentation, we will take a real business case with machine learning for our demo and implement it together. And of course, I will be glad to answer your question in the end of my presentation. Okay, let's start. As I said, Sitecore Customer Data Platform is SaaS-based digital experience platform. It brings together real-time behavioral insights and all your customer data so you can understand and engage every customer instantly, even anonymous visitors. Sitecore CDP connects and activates all your data across all channels, like websites, mobile application, point of sales, etc., to power smart decisioning, experimentation, and personalization. It can collect and store full interaction history of your customers, information about your customer profiles, including also any custom fields that you have in your website, and all operations made by your customers, like purchases, transactions, and any other outcomes. And using this data, Sitecore CDP can make smart decisions delivered to their customers in real time. There are four main components in Sitecore CDP: the customer data platform itself, the decisioning engine where you can build your own decision models, a method of delivering experimentation to your customers, including A/B testing, and a method of delivering experience such as the next best actions, personalization, segmentation, mailouts, etc. And with these four components working together, business users can make smart data-driven decisions delivered to their customers in real time and across all channels. If we look more detailed, we can represent developers' workflow in several layers. And first, at the bottom layer, we need to connect our website or any other channel, for example, mobile application, connect to Sitecore CDP, populate it with our data and events by using APIs they provided by Sitecore. And then using this data and any other external data that you have, including the connections to machine learning models we can create decision models. And finally, we can create experiences based on our decisions and use it, for example, for personalization, A/B testing, any types of experiences without any reliance on the developers. You even need any backend implementation. You can just move all implementation to your front-end guys. And also, Sitecore CDP contains QA and live preview tools that are very helpful for testing and debugging Q solutions during development. Okay, how to start working with it if you don't have experience? First of all, Sitecore provides interactive training course that is free of charge, and it's a good point to start. And also, after completing this course, you can pass Boxever and user certification. You can find this training and certification on Sitecore Learning Portal. It's very small. It doesn't take a lot of time for you to pass it. About documentation, Boxever provides documentation itself. It contains both user and developers documentation. You can find all of you need in these documents and also in developer docs. You find all specification of APIs. And of course, Sitecore provides its own documentation. You can find it on Sitecore Knowledge Hub. And you can find also developer documentation in the recently announced Sitecore Development Portal. Developer Portal. And documentation, of course, is very useful information, but what about real practice? Sitecore provides the Sandbox environment when you can work. But if your organization doesn't have Sandbox account, you can easily get access to Sandbox by completing these 3 easy steps. First, complete the Boxever training course from Sitecore e-learning portal. After completing this training course, you can pass Boxever and user certification and receive certificate of completion. And finally, you can send email to partner enablement at sitecore.com mailbox with your attached certificate or link to your certificate and ask about access to Boxever Sitecore environment, Sandbox. When you have access to Sandbox, it's time to practice. And first thing what to do is to connect Sitecore customer data platform to your website. It's very easy to do. You just need to insert this script snippet in your layout page. It's very similar to integration with Google Analytics, for example. You can find the script snippet in official documentation, and all that you need, just replace client key with client key from your Sandbox account and point of sales with your own. And one more important variable is webflow target. If it's missing in some examples, if you don't have this variable, your experiences that you create in Sandbox will be not displayed on your website. Just for your information, if you face an issue that experiences are missing on the website, just check if this variable exists in your connection script. You can find client key in Sandbox account in system settings and tab. And the last thing that you need to do is to create new point of sales that match point of sales of your script, snippet, and website. And that's all. Okay, let me show a small overview of main Sandbox components. What we have inside Sitecore customer data platform. First up is a customer data. Here you can find all of your customers. There are three types of customers: customer, traveler, and visitor. Customer is identified known contact. Visitor is an anonymous contact, and traveler is an anonymous contact that have some transactions or orders but didn't provide enough information for identification. It's very similar to Sitecore experience profile. Here you can find all information about your customers. In timeline, you can find all sessions with all events triggered by your customers. If you have orders, you can find orders. And of course, profile properties. The next point is segments. It doesn't work for a few days. I don't know why, but it's very similar to Sitecore segmentations. But in Sitecore CDP, it has more flexible UI. And as I mentioned, it has even machine learning based segmentation by customer life cycles. It uses FM analytics to predict customer lifecycle segments. The next that we have is subscription list. You can create your own list for your mail outs. That's all. Let me show what we have in connections. There are three types of connections that you connect to Sitecore CDP. First one is a data system. If you have, for example, some third-party database and you want to use data from this database in your Sitecore CDP environment, you can connect to external data system and use this external data in your modeling. The next is artificial intelligence models. You can connect to any machine learning web API and use it to make any predictions. And the last one is a destination endpoint. You can connect your Sitecore CDP environment to any destinations and pass data from your Sitecore customer data platform to any external services. In library, you can find templates that you can create for reusing main components. In decision tab, it's the main, I think, part of Sitecore CDP. You can create your own decision models. It's very similar to Sitecore marketing automation plans. And also here you can create offers to provide personalized content for your customers. If you have some decision and offers, you can create experiences with content that you will show to your customers. If you want to test your experiences, you can create experiments and use A/B testing, for example, to check what component is more experienced for your solution. Okay, let me introduce our demo scenario. Let me show our website first. We have a website for demo. It's just a retail website where user can log in, order something, and check out. And yes, we have a retail commerce website, and goal of our demo is try to predict age and gender of our customers to show them personalized offers. But of course, it's unlikely that customers of retail website provide his age or his gender information. But if we have, for example, user photo, we can detect his age and gender by using machine learning. And many companies use this trick to extract more information about their customers. And for example, AliExpress or Alibaba extract your photo if you're logged in with social networks, for example, with your Google account or with your Facebook account, and use your photo to make advertisement more personalized for you. Okay, let's implement the same. When a customer uploads a photo in their profile on our website, we will pass his photo to Sitecore CDP. Then we create a decision model that is connected to machine learning to predict customer age and gender by photo. And if prediction is successful, we will show personalized offer to our customers. For our demo, we just create two personalized offers. One for old people, for example, if customer age is more than 55 years, we will show to these customers this one pop-up window, and the second one for young woman with age in range from 25 to 35 years. And also we will test how it works in real time. I implemented a machine learning part myself. Let me briefly explain how it works. I just create .NET Core Web API applications that have single one endpoint that detect age and gender by photo. So we need a user photo as an input for our machine learning. And then by using hard cascade classifier, we detect if person face is present on photo or not. If face is present, we crop this face, then pass this face image to age and gender classifiers that are neural networks. And as an output, we will have a response in JSON format with 4 fields. First field is detected, if person is detected or not. And the second and third field age minimum and age maximum, because my model predict age in range. And the last one is a gender, male or female. If you are familiar with machine learning, you know that it's easy to implement this by using pre-trained neural networks. I also shared my source code on GitHub. And let me show briefly how it looks like. All that we need to have two pre-trained machine learning models, if you know CAFE models, and one cascade classifier for face detection. We initialized our neural networks in constructor and cascade classifier. And our algorithm is very easy. We load our photo, pass it through face detection. If we find a face and only one face, we marked our output as person is detected. Then we pass a photo through our two neural networks, and parsing neural networks output, we identify what age range is our person and what is the gender. If person is not detected, as a fallback, we use a noun for gender. And that's all. I deploy this web API to our company server. And let me show how it works. Unfortunately, Sitecore CDP doesn't have a field like image, and because of this, we need to provide image like an image URL or in base64 format. Because I don't have any external storage, I just convert uploaded images in base64. And this is our main endpoint for Sitecore CDP. We have an image. We can predict. As you can, my photo is successfully detected with age in range 25-32 years and gender I'm man. But if you don't have experience with machine learning, don't worry, you can easily connect Sitecore CDP to any third-party external machine learning service that have RESTful API. For example, you can use Microsoft Cognitive Services to make the same. Okay, let's go to our workshop and I show you how to implement full workflow for this demo. First of all, let me show how our website is connected to Sitecore CDP. We have this script snippet that I showed you before with our own client key and our own point of sales. When user is logged in, we will send identify a request to our Boxever account, and our user start tracking. For example, if user navigate any page, this events goes to our Boxever platform. This is my testing user. As you can see, I am online. You can see in real time page that I triggered a few seconds ago and my identification event. And the second step that we need for our demo is to push our avatar image if person have to custom field in Boxever. And let's check if it presents in user properties. Yes, as you can see, in extended user properties, we will have now avatar field. And we can use this avatar field to prediction in our decision modeling. But before starting, let's connect to our machine learning model. First, we need to create a machine learning connection. Let's name it Belarus. Choose any icon. We don't have any authentication. Request endpoint. Be sure to set connection timeout and read timeout to more bigger, because if you set it very small, you will have maybe have sometimes errors, but timeout restrictions. We have post method. Our request looks like this one. And if we want to set to map our field to any variable, we need to make a placeholder. Like this. So we can test request right here. As you can see, it works successful. After testing, we need to map our output fields from our machine learning to variables that we can use in our decisions. Let's leave the same names: detected, age min, age max, and gender. Just check that types of this field is correct. Boolean, numbers, and string. Yes. And that's all. Now our machine learning connection is okay. Next thing, as I showed you before, as a result, we want to have pop-up windows, and we need to create offer templates for this one. What information we need, for example, for this pop-up? We need an image, we need a title, we need description, and any link where user will be navigated when click yes. So let's go to library and create our offer template. Name it also meetup Belarus. Attributes, we need to know title, description, image URL, and link URL. And all this information is a string format. And also, if you want to include any context information in your offers, you can use, for example, information about your guest. If you, for example, want to substitute in title, hello, Sergey, or something like this, you can also include information from your products or orders page, context page, or any session or segments information. Now, for our demo, we don't need any context. That's enough for our template. And let's create offers. We need to choose template of the offers that we just created. First template will be for title count, taken title, image. Let's how it look like image, and link where user will navigate it by clicking this link. And let's use the second order from our template. That's how the image looks. Okay, now we have two offers, and it's the time to make decisions. First that we need to do is add new variant. Just variant 1. And start to build our model. For input data, you can use information about your guest. It contains all context of your current guest or informations about order or customer session. For our demo, as an input data, we only need in guest information to see if it have avatar or not. That then we need to add decision example. connect our last input to our programmable decisioning. For programmable decisioning, you can use JavaScript for coding. Don't worry about blind programming. It has very smart intelligence. You can find all of your fields. What does this code do? So it looks into Guest data extensions. We saved avatar in extensions that named Ext. And in values, we are looking for avatar field and return it as an output for this decision table. And we need to set output data, avatar, and save. Okay, we can test it right now. For example, if we look for any user that don't have avatar and run testing, we will see that output for this extract photo node is empty. But if we try to run this test for our user, okay, if we have avatar, we can extract this avatar, and the next step, we need to run this avatar to our machine learning meetup Belarus, connect, set up, make map and input the same way, avatar, leave it as is, and save. Okay, and if we test it now, we can see that output for our model exists in decision. So next step, we can create decision to make offers personalization. We can connect offers to our decision and set up our decision. Sorry. As an output, we need to have offer. Choose a template. Meetup Belarus. Okay. For input, we have 3 fields. First, we need to identify if user is detected or not on photo. Detected. Yes. Next column, age. Age mean, for example, integer, yes. And the last one is a gender. Okay. And let's create rules. If the face is detected on photo, we can check. For example, for first pop-up for old people, we need to know if an age is equal or greater than 5. Gender, any except unknown. And we can choose what offer to use in this case. And the second one, for detected person with ages in range from 45 to 35. Age 1. We want to show the second one offer. Also, you can choose if only one rule can be executed for a user, or any rules. For example, if some rules can intersect. So you can, for example, return a collection of offers. Okay, and now we can test. For example, for my photo. No offers should return because I am not a woman and I am not old person. But let me change avatar, for example, for this one. And try to test now. As you can see, this offer is returned because this request matches the first rule. Okay, now we want to see this pop-up window on our website. To do this, first we need to save our model, just move it to production. This to archive. And now our decision model is available live. We skip test stage because we use machine learning and we don't need to have any A/B testing for this. Like decision models named, let me. And the last thing to do, we need to create a new experiment. Belarus first. Out of the box, we can use any type of UI interfaces that we can use for our offers. For our case, we need, for example, we can use corner pop-up. It looks like this one. And we can set up the placeholders for our fields from offers for image. We will use image URL variable for title. Placeholder. Description. And for CTI link, URL. Next, go to extended settings. First, we need to, save. First, we need to connect decision model for our experiment. Let's edit. Belarus model. You can also filter pages where your offer will be displayed. You just make it for all pages. Audience. We need only real-time audience. And you can also set up any goals that will be used to identify if your personalized offer was successful or not. For example, let's create any page view goals. For example, if people navigate through its page, let's think that it's successful. Sorry. Let's put page hitting. Okay, come back to edit our model. So after connected our model to a previously created decision model, we can use feedback from our decisioning. Sitecore CDP have a lot of already predefined snippets that you can use. For example, for our demo, we need just offer positioning. So if offers present, we will put it into decision offers variable. And we can easy test it right here, just to check how it's executed. Yes, you can see that decision offers is returned with attributes that will be that we can use for placeholders. So go to our pub HTML markup and change the default values with offers placeholder. Description, image for background, and also link with our order URL. And we can also wrap our snippet. With attributes. If we don't have decision offers, we don't want to display any markup on our page. And also for JavaScript, we can add something custom. For example, I add a cookie storage where I will store if people already click on the offer. Just to don't show it many times. Sitecore click cookie, close also put cookie. And that's all. Now we can test it. We can navigate right from here to our website, and also we can include any user in session just for testing our experience. As you can see, this is a QA tool where you can find all logging and any troubles that you can hit during implementation. You can also see response from Boxever Sitecore CDP and show the offer. You can choose another person, for example, for testing. And let's make our experiments live. Let me stop my previous one. Yeah, right now our experience is not live, and just to check. Let's try to log in. See that we already have a user profile with this photo, but we don't have any pop-up offers. So back to our recently created offer and started. Next, you can see that pop-up is available. Okay, let's try the second one offer. We can plug it in by another account. Upload, for example, young woman photo. Yeah, no, it's work. It's maybe some delays in deployment. Oh, that's all. Follow me if you want to know something interesting new about Boxever and Sitecore customer data platform. And if you have any questions, I am glad to answer.